Blessing everyone. Blessings from Eat Good TV, scissoring, savoring. Little is much with all in it. Today we are making fish head soup. And fish head, our grandparents or ancestors always use the fish head to make the soup. And if they are making beef soup, they like to use a lot of bone because of the beef, of the marrow in the bone. So they like to use a lot of bone. And in the fish head have omega-3 fatty acid in the fish head. And it's good for heart health and it's very nutritious for the body. So I'm going to make the soup. And you see all the veggies on the board. So I'm going to make this delicious, healthy, nutritious soup that the old people used to use. My grandmother died at 90 and my great-grandmother died at 105. And these are the good nutritious soup they give to their husband so they could function properly. And on Saturday, they always have the best soup on Saturday. On Saturday, oh my goodness, they make beef soup. They make all kind of bone soup. They make all type of beef with the bone in it and everything because they believe in the bones. The bones give you good nutrient in the body. So they believe in the bone. Even if they make beef soup, they're going to put a piece of bone in it. Yes. Back in the days. And that's why they live till 105. 90, anyway, from 90 to 105 they live. Yeah, because my great-grandmother lived till 105 and my grandmother lived to 90. So that's why they was so strong back in the days, you know. They're strong because they have to do the farming and all them things. So they were very strong back in the days. So I am going to turn the stove on and let the water boil up. And then I'm going to peel everything here. And then I'm going to get right back to you. Now that the water is boiling, add all the cut up pieces of ground provision. And when it's half cooked, then you add the regular ground provision. You'll see it as I go. So you're gonna make this half cooked. Because that is what gonna give this soup body. Yes, you're gonna make all that half cook. We're gonna season our pot. We're gonna put our thyme. And I wash the pimento too. You have to wash everything. I wash the pimento, everything. So I'm just adding everything to the pot. Because remember, the pimento go through process, you know. A lot of people handle the pimento. So just wash it. Whatever you bring from the supermarket, just make sure it's washed properly. Okay. And I'm just, you hear this noise, I'm just beating the scallion with a bottle. Or you can just ring it, whatever you want to do with your scallion. You know, you just ring it sometimes. Some people just ring it in their hand. You know, you just drop it in the pot. Add a small amount of salt. Small amount of salt. Because remember, we have our grace fish season that we're going to sieve and put in there. We don't need the noodles. Just we're going to sieve it and put in. So you'll see me as I go. And we have the fish. And we have the pumpkin that we're just going to sieve and put in there. So now we're going to cover this and let it half cook. Okay, we're gonna put our cover right here. Let it half cook. Once the body of the soup is cooked, just crush it with a fork and just add the rest of ground provision. And then you add your fish last. So I'm gonna make the dumplings. See the flour over here? If you're a person that don't love your soup thick, like when I used to work years ago with these people, they like soup like this. This is what they call soup. And you don't have no food in the soup. This is just soup for them. Just add a little butter or a little olive oil. and this is soup for them. But Jamaican, we like our soup a little thick and rich. So because we like our soup thick and rich, you can use a fork to crush out the pumpkin or whatever that's in here for the soup. So I'm gonna use this and just crush out a little bit of the stuff in there, because I like my soup thick and rich and thick. Right. So because I like my soup thick and rich, this is what I do. So this is the body of the soup. I can use a fork to crush it out, but this is the body of my soup. I like it nice and thick. Okay, so I pour all the ground provision in the pot, right? The yam, everything, banana, everything is in the pot. Okra, everything is in the pot. And I'm gonna put the dumpling in the pot. Then I'll add the fish last. And this is Old Bay season. I'm just gonna put a small amount, like a quarter teaspoon. See, I just put a little in there. Put some butter. Butter make everything better. Some pimento, grind pimento, and that is grind pimento. That one I grind it. So I put all my season here. Fresh herbal season. Put all the season there. The pot a bubble. Tastes very, very good. So this is Grace fish seasoning. So I'm just gonna add my Grace here in the pot. I'm gonna sieve it because I just need the seasoning. Okay. Back in the days, they used to make the menem soup. You see this soup here? Look here. Look at all this. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can see all this richness in the head of the fish. So you're going to pick up this now and you're going to put it inside of the soup. 15 minutes before the soup finish cook, you just pick up all of this and put, and this is the head. You see the head inside of the head? What you see inside of the head? For your husband, let me bring it a little closer. These are the things they used to cook back in the days. That's why those men was very strong. Yes, they were very strong. And because I want it till I'm 100, I'm going to make sure the men get the soup. Make sure the men them get the soup because you want your husband to be strong till you're 100. So these are the things, and even in the beef bones and stuff like that. I know some people is going to say, oh, but it was grass-fed back then. Well, the bone is still bone. So make sure they drink soup, good soup, cow skin soup. Yes, man, and the beef bones and stuff is very good for our men. Okay, you see it? You see all the gel in this head here? Oh, my goodness. A lot of gel in the head. So I like to use, and even back home, they always using these head because of the gel. You see it? Nice and jelly. And the fat in the head is very good. So I'm going to pick it up now, and when I come back, you'll see it all pick up. Then I'm going to pick it up, put it apart, put all the fleshy parts in it. I'm going to put all the fleshy parts in it. I add a cup and a half of flour, 1.5 cup of flour. Then I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. And if you have fingernails, no worry. You just add the water and mix it gradually. And then you're just going to put it into a bowl and put it in the pot to cook. And how you know when your dough is ready is when you can just use it and just clean the bowl. Yeah. And you just break it apart, small pieces. And then we're going to just put them in the pot. I like my soup dumpling, very tiny. Smaller than even when you're frying dumpling. I like it very small when I'm making soup dumpling. Yeah. So you break them apart and just roll them and put them in the pot. You can add the little pieces of fish back into the big pot, or you can just, each bowl you serve, just add some of the fish to the bowl, because it's already cooked and it's very delicious. There you have it, your fish head pumpkin soup. Bye from Eat Good TV. Love you. Wish you all the best. Bye.